Hello friends, Diana here from Garden Love. Today I want to give you guys a tour of my edible landscape, and I'm cutting it in sections just because there is so much to see. I don't want this video to be so long. If you guys haven't seen the video what it looks like last year, go ahead and take a look at that. I'll go ahead and link it right above so you guys can see how much my garden has grown since then, the changes that I made and everything that I have going on. There's tons of edibles in this very small space. As you guys can see, I live in a suburb, basically an urban homestead, because there's a house right behind me, right next to me. This is a very narrow space and I'm growing tons and tons of food, and I want to share with you guys. Let's go ahead and start with this side of my yard, and I'm going to show you guys what I have going on over here. Right over there I have a, let me go walk over there to show you guys. This is my Rio red grapefruit. Right now it's looking a little sad because it's so hot right now and it doesn't like the heat apparently. I also need to fertilize it, but it's getting re-established from when I planted it, so I'm very happy about that. I do love to grow some succulents, so I have some amazing cuttings that I put over here. They love the shade, but they can also grow in the sun. These were so tiny when I put them in this garden, and now they are populating and growing everywhere. So as these little fire sticks, and I have some ferns growing here. This is my Caracara Orange little citrus. I moved it to the back of my house because I love the way the container looks against these chalk sticks. These are also grown from cuttings, and I just stuck them in the ground to make it easy, cheap, and affordable, and make my garden look fabulous. If you guys haven't seen the video on how to propagate, and add these to your garden, I will link it right above so you guys can see it. So easy and cheap. Now on this side, if you guys have been following me for a while, you guys are very familiar with this amazing nectarine tree growing in a container. It is really outdoing itself. Look at it. I have to make sure that I water it every day because it's in a container and it's very hot here in Southern California. So I have to make sure that in order for this tree not to drop the fruit, that its roots are well moist, because it drinks up a lot of water when it's growing and when it's flowering and when it's producing fruit. Now, these boxes were gifted to me. As you guys can see, I put them on top of my concrete to add my growing space, and I'm growing zucchini and squash, basil, kale, and switchchard, and I put some amazing gingers, and I can see one growing. Let me show you guys. You see this? This is actually a ginger stalk. I am so excited. I have some kale, switchchard, some basil, and some zucchini. So guys, you guys can definitely add some boxes basically anywhere so you guys can grow some amazing food. Now on this side I have my Loquat also growing in a container in a wine barrel. I have my Laurel Bay in a container. I'll give you guys a close-up in just a second. The container right behind that is going to be a fig tree, a white fig tree growing in a container, and it's been doing great. I actually moved it all here because it was all easy to water over winter, and so far I think I like them sitting here because it looks very tropical in my opinion. I love having all this fruit together and knowing that I have space, well, that I'm creating space to grow it. Now let me go ahead here and get set up so I can go ahead and continue walking you guys along this amazing hidden little garden that I have here. If you go to the front of my house, you would not realize that all this jungle is back here. Here's my Laurel Bay, tons of new leaves. This used to be on the other side of my house. I moved it here because it wasn't getting enough sun over the winter, and I kind of like it here now. I think it adds to it, so I might leave it there for a while. My Loquat, it gave me some fruit. I've been eating a little bit each day, and I've been putting the seeds right there because I am saving them to give them away. So they look fantastic. It's grown so much since last time. If you guys seen my videos how this tree used to be, look at how humongous it is. So humongous. I do have a grapevine here that I need to give it some trimming because you can see it's getting some mildew, and the grapes need to get some more sun for them to grow and produce. So I am going to go ahead and trim this down to give it some more air, and also so my fig tree can start getting some more light. I propagated these. I've been propagating them and sticking them along every pathway that I have. As you can see them here, they are growing. These are my blue chalk sticks. I have some beautiful little flowers that are adding color to my garden. They prefer shade, so this is the perfect spot for them. And I have a pineapple cutting right there. I have a hibiscus plant right there. I stuck a little basil plant to see how well it did right there. I have some onions that I actually took from the kitchen. I rooted them and now they're growing some green chives that I can use in the kitchen. Let's see, what else do I have going on here. These are volunteer spaghetti squash. Three of them popped up, but I decided only to keep 2 to see which one does better, because when they get damaged like this, I could just pull it out and not really care about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave those there along with this tomato. I have another tomato. These are all determined tomatoes, so they're not going to get super large. As you can see, there's already a flower there. And then I have here some oregano. Hopefully these can cover the ground and make it look very pretty. Now right here I have some rosemary and some mint. They're not growing together. I did this little hack where I put some soil in, then I put a container, and then inside the container I put another container with soil, and that's where the mint's growing. So there's a divider in here with 2 containers, so I could just pull this container out and still have the other container retaining the walls of this ring of soil holding my basil, my rosemary. And I did put some basil on the side to see how well it does. All right, now this is an apple tree that's not doing so well. I transplanted it from someone's house. It did well the first year, but this year most of it is dead. So what I'm going to do, since my passion fruit completely took over it, I'm gonna let it sit there for now until I harvest my passion fruit. Oh my god, you guys will not see. Oh my god, I didn't know that we were gonna have passion fruit so soon. Sorry guys, I just saw the passion fruit right here. Do you see it? I've been seeing tons of flowers, but didn't realize I was gonna get passion fruit so soon. I'm very excited about that. I guess I made a good choice by not trimming my passion fruit this year, which was a total accident, but when I realized, I decided just not to do it. Okay, back to this. It's basically holding my passion fruit for now, and eventually when I harvest my passion fruit, I'm going to trim it down, and I am going to take this tree out and put my nectarine, my queen nectarine tree, which I have another one that I haven't I bought another one because I want to keep the other one that's in a container. I want to keep it in the container and put one in the ground. I love that fruit. Now on this side I have my goldberry, which this year, I know why it's not growing as much as last year. This year I planted it very late, so the roots didn't get as established as they should have, as quick as they should have. So now this is what I have. I'm still hoping that it gives me some fruit because my family loves goldberry. This year around this time, this thing was covered. I mean, the whole wall was covered. If you haven't seen the video, I would suggest you guys go back because it was completely covered with goldberries. And I do have a little surprise here on the ground that I am growing some goldberries in the middle of my pathway. I'm excited to have it because I love it, but I'm gonna let it get bigger, and then I'm going to dig it out and replace it somewhere else, maybe move it back over there. So that is the entryway. Now when you go into my garden, I have this amazing Caracara Orange that I saved from a big box store that was completely Basically, it was just roots in a container that was broken with all the roots exposed. I decided to bring it home and bring it here. This might be getting way too much sun right here, so I might have to move it because it's not well established yet. I just repotted it a few months ago, so it definitely has to get moved. On this side of my garden, I'm growing some potatoes and my zucchini plant that's growing in a container. And then I have some chilies that I overwinter that were in a raised bed right behind me. They're jalapenos. As you can see, I'm already getting some jalapenos. And they're in a container, guys, so don't get discouraged if you think that you don't have enough space. You could definitely grow jalapenos, a tomato that's determined, even a zucchini if the container is big enough. You can grow a zucchini in this container. I have like 3 chili plants in this. And these amazing that have outdone themselves tomato plants that I overwinter from last season. Last year they gave me some amazing tomatoes, and this year it looks like it's gonna do it all over again. There's basically tomatoes all over this plant. They're all green. They haven't ripened, so they will be ripening soon, and you can't really see them because they are camouflage. Look at that. They're everywhere, guys. So tomatoes could get over winter super easy if you're living in California, if they're under the right conditions. This one's growing next to the wall, so therefore it is it was protected from frost and everything else that I have growing. I mean, everything else that could have affected the tree or the bush, shrub, whatever you call this tomato. Now this cherry tree, it actually produced cherry. It's growing in a container. It's very big. I'm gonna need to trim it back, and hopefully next year it produce a lot more. This is the first year it produces. It's the first year that it's been 1 full year in its container, so I'm very excited about that, guys. You can grow fruit trees in containers. It's definitely doable. Now here is my Satsuma mandarin. It really outdid itself last year with tons of fruit that I thought I had thinned out completely, like taking everything off, and apparently I didn't do a good job well done, because there was fruit on this when I came to see it months later. So yes, this eventually will grow and cover this amazing fence, and it's growing as pillar that I trained it to be. I picked the right fruit tree for it, and I had it in a container. Realized that I love the tree so much, and I think the fruit was amazing. So I knew that the fruit was amazing, so I decided to put it in the ground because of its growing habits, and because I think it would do a great addition to this garden. Right here I have my Jujube plant. As you guys can see, it's growing in a container. It's a very tall tree. It has tons of fruit this year that I'm so excited about. I'm making sure that it's getting the enough water. Last year it was in a container that, like a nursery container, and it was really trying to produce fruit, but I wasn't watering it enough. It was root bound, so root bound. If you guys haven't seen the video of when I transplanted this tree, you will see how root bound this tree was. So I went ahead and it needed a new home, guys. It needed new soil. It needed somewhere where it was gonna have plenty of moisture, which what the heck is this? So I went ahead and did that, and this holds plenty of moisture. It's sitting, the container is actually in a shady spot, which is perfect. So I absolutely love that. Look, I throw succulent little cuttings. I'm gonna put it over here in the shade so it can get better establishment there. I think this is a sucker. I'm gonna let it grow and maybe dig it out so I can have another jujube tree. Yes, I am gonna get fruit this year, so I'm super excited about that. You guys all are familiar with my amazing passion fruit that's taking over my garden. The flowers are amazing. You guys just saw the fruit that is growing out of it. I love showing you guys these flowers because they're really priceless to look at. These are all the little buds that are gonna open up into a flower. Now here I'm growing stuff in the ground. I amended the soil many different ways. Some of them were adding wood chips, mulch. I got some free soil from the sanitation department that my city has. They take all the green bins and they basically turn every green thing in there into a compost. mulch. I added some tomatoes here. These are the bush kind again. I'm gonna be having tons of tomatoes this year. And I put some onions in the ground and they are doing really good, guys. I also put some marigolds. I heard that they're great to for insects. They don't like the smell, so that's gonna help to take away little pests. I have a cherry tomato here, and behind that it's an ugly trash can that has all my amazing compost for this garden. Right here I have basil, and right here I have a little yellow squash growing. Over here I have some kale that I took some cuttings out of my kale. I'll show you guys in a second. Swiss chard, some more onions, some more kale. Hopefully those will grow. I have some lettuces that apparently are doing great in the heat, so I might even grow some more from seeds and grow these because they are doing really good, guys. Really good. Now right here is my kale that grew tremendously last year over winter, and it's growing new leaves, so I'm really excited about that. But I cut it off. I took all the cuttings and stuck them in the ground, and I'll show you guys more cuttings that I took from that. This is my Poblano Chili. Hopefully I get some chili so I can do some chili rellenos. I put some green beans in here. Look at that, they're more like purple beans, and they are doing great, guys. I had put so many green beans here, but the roly-polies, oh my god, I have some snap peas, guys. The roly-polies were eating all my green beans, so I started growing them like crazy, and I forgot what kind I put in here. Apparently I had put different ones because now I have some snap peas and some purple beans. Holy moly, I wish that all the plants that I had put in here had made it, survived those roly-polies. Only 3 of them or 4 of them survived and are growing all these snap peas, so I'm really excited for that harvest. Now over there I have another kale cutting from this amazing kale. I don't know if you guys can see it, it's back there. And what I've noticed is that I'm getting tons of these little volunteers from last year when I grew, what did I grow? The watermelons, the cucumber melons. Cucumber melons, and they were falling everywhere, and apparently they are growing everywhere. I have another tomato plant here, guys, in between my beds. I have my raspberries in containers. I have tons of passion fruit cuttings that are apparently getting established. Most of them are making them. I have my aloe vera cutting there as well. This little flower for tomatoes is actually coming out of a cutting that I took from my overwinter tomatoes, and look at that, it's growing a tomato. Tomatoes are amazing, they could pretty much grow anywhere. Here's my other raised bed. Everything looks a little sad because it's really hot. I'm like sweating here, but I needed to do this garden tour because it's way past overdue. You guys needed to see what was going on, and things are growing like crazy. I'm super proud of this garden, how I learned so much from last year. Oh my god, I hate to change the subject, but as I lean down to show you guys, I saw an amazing sight that I didn't think I was going to see for a long time, guys. That is so cool. I'm gonna get some passion fruit sooner this year. Last year was the first year that this passion fruit vine produced tons of fruit, and this year apparently is going to produce a lot sooner. I am so thrilled, guys. So thrilled to see all of this. Okay, back to this raised bed. I'm growing some onions here. I tried to raise grow some spinach, but it was too hot, too late to grow them. It's okay, guys. I'm going to grow some more basil and stick them in the ground where I thought I can grow spinach. And my another thing that I failed in this year, my these did not grow. These are my, oh my god, I can't think of the name right now. Oh, come to me. So these are my cucumbers, guys. These are the bush variety. This is the first time I grow bush varieties. They're supposed to be great to help with the space, maximize your space, and that's really what my goal is in this garden, because you guys know that I have a very small garden. Although it might not look, from everything I'm growing, it really is small, guys, and I'm trying to maximize my space so I can grow as much as I can. Okay, remember the name, radishes. I'm terrible with names, guys, and my radishes really failed this year. As you can see, they're terrible. I'm gonna pull them out right now. I'm using them just to give some shade to some of these plants, so that way the soil can hold some more moisture. But I'm definitely pulling them out and probably try to grow some basil there. Alright, so my cucumbers, I have 2 plants here and they seem to be growing. There's some baby cucumbers there, so I'm excited about that. I've been babying them. This is the second set of cucumbers that I had to plant here because those nasty little roly-polies ate the other ones. So this is my second one. They definitely need water. You can tell how the leaves are weeping. That's a sign that you guys can see in your plants. Definitely need water. Here are the other cuttings of my kale. I stuck them in here. By the signs of it, they are growing new leaves, which means they're getting established. I put another one back there, all from that one tall kale that I had. Okay, and these are some more jalapenos, and then I put another Poblano chili here because I want to make some chili rellenos. So there's 2 poblanos, one here and one there, and then this is a jalapeno. As you can see, I'm already getting some. So guys, I am burning up here in this garden. I cannot believe how hot it is. I definitely have to water my garden. I'm gonna try not to water the leaves because that's no good. I'm gonna water very low on the base. But I wanted to give you guys a tour of everything that's going on in my garden. I have to say I'm so happy that I did because I discovered those passion fruits that are already forming. I barely saw the flowers bloom like 3 weeks ago, and the passion fruits are already forming, guys. I'm so excited. Let me see how sweaty and ugly I look. Anyways, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, that it gave you guys some ideas, that it inspired you to go to your garden and squeeze one more plant in there, even if you think it might not fit. Believe it or not, it will fit. You guys can do it. You guys can grow food organically. Your kids can go out there and enjoy it. You're going to be feeding your body healthier food and just enjoying everything that you're doing in the garden. All the work that you're putting in, it's going to be you're going to benefit from it. I'm just so excited to share this with you guys. Before I go back there, let me show you these amazing little containers that are hanging, basically hanging baskets. I decided to add cucumbers to them because I had extra cucumbers and I think it would be pretty cool for them to trellis over and maybe walk by and get hit by a cucumber. Just kidding. Maybe you could walk by and just pick a cucumber for a little snack. Alright guys, I also put my hummingbird feeder there because I would love to see hummingbirds hanging out over here. I hope that the 2 little hummingbirds that hatched from my little nest up front will come and visit me some more. I did see them come by and I was wondering why they were hanging out over here. It's because they're catching all the little tiny micro bugs that I can't see to eat. Alright guys, let's go on. For some reason I always forget this little raised bed that I have back here. Basically I have my passion fruit growing out of there. I have some of this amazing herb. I always forget the name. I know what it's called, but I forget the name. It'll come to me in a second. Oh my god, check that out. Holy moly, amazing. Let's see, back here I'm growing a squash. As you can see, it's growing up this trellis. I have another goldberry growing in that corner that I took a cutting from last year. I have a fig cutting growing back there and a chili growing back there. So I have a few things growing back there in that little raised bed that I built when I first started my garden. My passion fruit really is loving it there. As you can see how humongous it is. I can talk about my passion fruit forever because I love it. It tastes delicious and it creates an amazing privacy wall for my garden. So yes guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this one last time. You guys have a blessed day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave comments, like, subscribe, and share in all your social media. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Please give me some thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you guys can see more ideas like this and more tours, more videos, everything that I have going on. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Bye-bye.